The story of Charity. We begin by introducing our cast of characters. Some are heroes, some are benign, and a few will be villains. Heroes first. This is Charity. She wants to help others. To do this, she needs the help of her friends. She needs to fundraise. Meet Data, his friend Gifts, Count Ability, and his nephew Excuses. The Count is not very productive, but he is around to try and give some support when called upon. Her friends believe in her mission. They want to help. Results is very popular, and everyone wants to spend time with her. A few others who are associates of Charity are Time and Fast. Fast doesn't believe you need to be prepared. Time, however, is everywhere, and eventually nowhere to be found. As with most endeavors, there are naysayers who show an interest, but not in its success. Rather, they relish roadblocks to slow its progress. Those who undermined her and want her goals to be challenging were Disorganized and Risk. Disorganized goes by the nickname Chaos. He loves a mess. The longer it takes to find something, the happier he is. Risk is his best friend. The bigger the mess, the happier Risk becomes. They love nothing more than having fun and laughing at how they affect Charity. Right from the start, Charity realized that Data and Gifts were doing their best. The problem was recording and recalling everything. The longer they worked together, the more difficult it became. Data recommended a software tool to record donations and manage the need-to-know information. With this acquisition, they were able to invite Knowledge to join them. Charity decided they needed a new hire to support Data, Gifts, and Knowledge. As Knowledge continued to take center stage in the goal to raise funds, Risk joined in, undermining the work being done. The new hire did not understand their role, related to assisting Data, Gifts, or Knowledge. Data began to suffer. Results was no longer vivacious and full of optimism. Instead, she looked tired. She was thin. The new hire delegated the job of helping Data to Clerk. Clerk had really good keyboarding skills, but he didn't understand fundraising. Did the new hire? Did Charity make a critical error? Accountability was of little use. He was good friends with Ignorance and Skills. They would often discuss the pros and cons of each, but talk was just talk. The new hire thought the job was just asking for money, but it was so much more. Were they unprepared for the full scope of this job? Fast arrived on the scene. He was big on being quick. He wanted to use a new method which was guaranteed to give Results her mojo back. But Fast was just that. Fast. He didn't understand relationships and how they affect donors. The new software tool just recorded donations, which was not much help. Results was depressed. The new hire did not understand the job, and Clerk, well, he had great keyboarding skills, so what was the answer? Let's recap Charity's situation. Data was just handling donations. The new hire was unskilled and chose delegation to learning. Accountability had not played a role in defining expectations, which Charity needed for the new hire. A performance review had to be written. Excuses, the Count's nephew, was a frequent member at meetings to explain why things were not going well. Chaos and Risk, well, they were enjoying themselves. Stuff was everywhere. Finding files could take minutes or hours. Time, who was a critical team member, kept getting lost. Turmoil and indecision. What to do? It was time to stop and take stock of what was important so Charity could continue to meet her goals. She had read about a book on Hilborn's book room called From Chaos to Control. This is where to start. Charity began by getting organized so that Risk and Chaos were not present 24/7. Time could be present and effective instead of constantly getting lost. The book talked about data and how adding valuable content to the software would help Charity know her donors. This all seems so simple, and yet none of it had been done. Charity understood building relationships with her donors would support sustainability. Charity and her team discussed what content would be useful and where to keep it. The software tool was the obvious place. It never slept, changed jobs, or took holidays. It was perfect. Knowledge was getting really excited. She could see the benefits and how it would help Charity and her entire team. The next question was how to maintain the momentum. Accountability had the answer. He would describe how everyone could assist knowledge. Knowledge could build an information base and ultimately a history of the foundation and all its fundraising ventures. The Count had another task, the performance review. It was fine to tell everyone what needed to be done, but did they do it? The performance review was designed to ensure knowledge was supported. Charity wanted to keep the Count's nephew, Excuses, from lurking around, disrupting the meetings, and undermining the review. The last step was training. Good skills are necessary to a team in order for them to work effectively and efficiently. There was the old adage, do it right or doing what's right. With new momentum and some clear expectations, Charity was certain things would improve. This was a new beginning. Charity put in place a process so that all team members could offer recommendations for improvements, called Kaizen. The end, but not really. Accountability understood he was now playing a real role in helping Charity. Excuses, his young nephew, was taking an extended holiday and they didn't expect him back. Risk was subdued, so he and Chaos decided they would play at another nonprofit. Time was so happy he finally offered real value and his disappearing act evaporated. The new hire was trained and now understood the full extent of the job. Clark continued to keyboard well and took a keen interest in what fund development truly is. Data and Gifts were ecstatic. They focused their time on entering donations, and finally, Results was back to her old self, full of vigor. Charity and the new hire spent important time with their donors to build a sustainable future. Now, that's the end. But again, not really.